I would not.
Every moment.
The song has been determined to elimination.
Generating sound techniques and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music which I have selected based on its relationship-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Van, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime
You have
numbers?
my thanks and
Why
my
so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numismatics for
unleash my
those
might
new
upon
to
them.
the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that.
Guns cocked and loaded.
Prime numbers.
Just give the signal.
What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given a set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even. Uplifting. Almost ascendant, you could say. But not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself. And the answer is
I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distract.
with something according to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers?
A few quarts low, Commander.
Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should
Your vitals
end
look
with
grim,
sufficient
Commander.
reason to want them. But there are also,
Witness your judgment!
such as maintaining the security of our archive uses primes for that reason, and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numismatics researcher, there are several open questions in the
punitive
area of
action.
prime number study. One such question is this: is every even number of the set n2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so, but no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their length? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics of the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal.
Take care of him, Commander.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander. Over here! Hey, got a distraction.
I forgot to carry the one. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Prepare for absolute...
one thing that you have to know. Humanity is good for the world. How can that be? A measure of mystery unveils logic circuitry.
Ready to dispense judgment. Impossible
In my present condition.
over here. Combat.
That you must go. Irrationality.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Part of our progress. How can that be? Can that be? Moving hard, a number without end. Evokes a result, correct in the dividend. Accept it, and you can plainly see a positive externality, a positive externality, a positive externality. One thing you can plainly see, accept it. In this infinity, can it be a positive externality? One thing, the irrational.
No time to conversate.
In the calculation.
Take it up at the head office.
Prosecuting!
Hey, Battle Time, brought to you by the nutritious sponge of Cherry Crunch.
How can that
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. Fellow esteemed members of the Order of the Ascendant allocated to Golden Ridge. As foreseen, recent conflicts between the Protectorate, Anti's Choice, and ourselves have resulted in multiple detrimental effects throughout this region, including but not limited to the loss of Fort Endurance, disabling of the tramicular, and a 17.9% reduction in effective sleep cycles per evening. But before you succumb to a sense of malaise that undermines cognitive function, take heart from these additional, sharply contrasting data points. Our efforts deciphering the universal equation remain unabated. Extraction continues at Zeranium Manufactory 7, as does research at the N-Ray Range. Remember, just as our calculations allow for a predictable range of error, so do we. Our work continues.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Invariably find a way to turn your negatives into positives.
Further beneficial content soon follows. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
Truthfully, I'm not too shocked.
I'm the one firing the launcher. Best job ever once you get accustomed to the sound. Basically free hazard pay, too.
Hold your fire. They aren't from the Order. Anyone who shoots pays for their own ammunition. Thought I was safe after avoiding that blast. But it seems to have attracted rogue mantisaurs. It never ends. Wish I hadn't lost my lucky bit.
Structurally compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment with Omega Point Tea. Available in standard and recaffeinated versions. A taste this transcendent.
Guess they're survivors after all. For now.
What's hotter than fire? They're on lava, they're on Planck plasma, they're on Clive's extra special Borst.
Our bodies a tuft of atoms, our minds a result of chemical reactions.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you? Some kind of rocket attack? Or maybe an orbital strike? Don't suppose you're looking for a way to help. I'm absolutely desperate. We need compression coils. The attack left more wounded than I have supplies for. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed to help the soldiers heal. How fortuitous. This feels like my first. Wonderful. That's just enough to get the first of our auto docks back up and running. Still, if you find any more...
3, 8, 4, 6, 2, 6, 4. 3, 3, 8, 3, 2, 7, 9.
I've been laid up same as those troopers, and I don't wish that kind of...
I'm glad you're back. Getting the first auto dock running again has been helpful. Well, it's...
939 937 5105820097 49.
I just threw up all over my shoes. And the laces are melting. Why are the laces melting?
How many numbers am I?
Take whatever business you're running elsewhere.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation? You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Yeah? Now what exactly makes you so sure of that? Huh. Interesting. Did he say who he thinks did hit us? Not that it matters, I suppose. Not like we can muster a counterattack or anything. But even if I did believe... Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello? You've clearly been out in the Dorado sun for too long. Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. It just so happens we might be able to trade services. Lately my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned power struggles. And at all risk, well, who else should I be worried about? Do you have any idea how abysmal that's going to... You cut down the number of issues that are vexing me, and I'll send you a word of peace and harmony up the chain. Or If all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side. Absolutely. Bits are a bond that buys a broad bevy of believability. Auntie says so herself. They show sincerity, trustworthiness, and a goodly... Wonderful. And with your sincerity assured by the bits in my pocket, I feel absolutely... Now, if you'll excuse me, Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. That's right, I do. How does solving a murder strike you? Cute. I wish it had been you. There's been a murder at one of our forts. Problem is, I'm already short on medical specialists. Go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for. This is gonna make no more sense for me saying it than it's gonna... A real, actual, pincer-faced, carapace-having mantis. Anyways, there's some dispute over who his second should be, and he can't exactly decide himself. Now, you know that's an irrevocable deal, right? So don't...
Even standing amidst the smoldering ruins of this outpost, the
cordiality with Auntie's choice continues to hold. Remain certain that every department stands united and ready should conflict recommence. Why, simply recall the precision of our air defenses against low-flying craft, augmented by our Sears technology combined with the deft skills of our exemplars. This keen partnership not only forced our rapacious run...
How many digits in pi? How many numbers and...
Hold your fire! They aren't from the order! Anyone who shoots pays for their own ammunition.
handful of...
What in the scrupulous name of... Don't suppose you're looking for a way to... Without them, they can't... What?
Stop that scrounging
I've been laid
around.
up same as those troopers, and I don't wish that kind of suffering on anyone.
Deplet, you got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? A what? Is that like some kind of contractor? Are you looking for a job? Because I have neither the requisite paperwork nor the time. Sure, that's what you mean. If you're not... Now get the hell out!
And focus.
Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Yeah? And what exactly makes you so sure of that? Well, I suppose I appreciate your honesty. But even if I believe you, so what? The damage is done, and it's not... Maybe. I suppose it's possible. But even if I believe you, what, by law, do you think I can do? Seriously? You expect... Also, there's some new nameless, faceless, seriously cutthroat competitors trying to frame the order, so we go back to killing each other.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and...
Ah! Just lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts You cut down the number of issues that are vexing. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, that bomb that hit us, it was filled with uranium. So not only did it kill us, my contract medicalist over there is literally up. You get her the compression coil she needs to make the auto docks work, and that should cut her billable hours in half. And there's been a murder at one of our forts. Problem is, I'm already short on Go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for. Now, you know that's an irrevocable deal, so don't...
Even stand...
I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic?
Returned.
Well...
Is there a reason you're looking to monopolize my invaluable... Then why by law...
...for those new to the Order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago, while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what are all prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also practical applications. Uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial mnemonistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have known that definition decades ago. Still in
3, no, 4 years since this war began. Can't really recall. It's a struggle to keep track with the constant threat of bullets ventilating your brain pan. Had another run-in with those brigands. Had us unawares while out on patrol. The order was hard enough to contend with. Now we got them too. It's enough to make a man weep. How many good soldiers have we lost out in those law-forsaken wastes? Every time we send a patrol out, we count ourselves lucky if even half of them come back. And now, it's my squad's turn. Chances are...
A simple definition. Elegant, uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason, and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a mnemonistics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this. Is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next... Senior tenured laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Mnemonistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
This melodious little ditty was dedicated to...
freelancer. I didn't know we hired any. But I'm glad to have you, especially after that last attack.
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
You can... 3-1-4-1-5-9-2-6-5.
Glad to be sitting here safely, but I hope command is setting us a cost-effective
Hostiles, Nick.
Came at us from the scrapper's side. You must be more than a mite brave. Or they're dangerous. I don't envy their heads.
How many digits in pi? How many numbers am I?
Say there, friend.
Why am I standing so close to this uranium? Hazard pay, of course. And I ain't even started bleeding from the ears yet.
validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near-present and future calculations. For those of you aware of the field or heads down in research during our last shared learning symposium, we offer the following rescreening of Vicar Magsaysay's presentation.
Welcome to Zeranium and You, a brief accounting of this crucial material. Though minute amounts were first discovered in the Beta Draconis system, Zeranium wasn't found in significant quantities until the terraforming of Cloister and Eden, since it's become the principal power source for all recognized inhabitants of the system. But it's not without its dangers, and lower risk, efficient utilization took time. Zeranium in its liquid state is volatile and explosive. In its gaseous state, it is toxic to organic material. But in its crystal state, it's practically putty in our hands. Not fully safe, of course. You wouldn't sprinkle Zeranium crystals on your nutrient bars.
Brats contain...
Duh. Nope. Gotta keep it down.
I wonder which local
for vomiting in the mask is only going to make
processing from the harvesting of liquid Zeranium.
No, whichever void brain know nothing decided dinosaurs are more cost-effective than troopers did not include the loss of my patience in the budget.
Output ratio than any other known form of fuel. That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll...
So, guys, during your time within Arcadia, I imagine you've come to admire the Protectorate? Perhaps some part of it?
Is that a serious question?
Well, I have noted your, disdain for parts of our society, but surely you found some element of our society worthy of admiration?
Oh, there is this one arbiter. Give me a little dempsey, but he's proven fairly reliable in the fight.
Oh, superb! You must tell me about him when we've a free moment. I always try to learn from my colleagues.
Saying what I'm saying right now, Commander?
Honestly, Bradford, I've no notion of how to cool your conniption. Corporate says I'm in charge, so I'm in charge.
You're in charge? Wait, you're in charge? Don't you mean the executive is in charge?
Of course, that's what I meant. Whether I say me, he, or we, it's all the same. That tone. How you get approval for your little tests, designer. Next time, you might want to try it.
Transpiring events, philosophical profundity.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of... And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up. Save me from him. Allow me to introduce strategic... Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got. Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional... It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived... The Executive welcomes you, but would like to know what your business is in our base. You may mock, but I can speak as easy to him as I can you on account of my graft. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops. What? It can't... It's not a mentalist. No, we're using pheromones to... It's like we can smell what each other is saying. No, please, don't.
Why not? It can't stink any worse than the dung you're spewing.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about this...
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always...
That is quite enough, designer. Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly bio. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my... Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can...
Not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group.
No, it's fine. Ignore her. Executive Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the lobby-damned thing to...
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched up...
Yes, sir.
Exactly. With it, Wojciech can raise a Zeranium-mutated mantisaur army, which will be even... We need you to infiltrate the mutated... Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well... What? I can't even imagine the odds that you just happened upon a Zeranium-mutated pupa.
No. You...
Biologist Bradford? That is quite...
Listen to me. The man is a charlatan, a fraud. And if you give him the specimen, it will be forever lost to his ignorance. And while it's not... The mantisaur doesn't want it, nor could it ask him for it. Wentworth only knows it was there because I made the mistake of telling him it was almost a certain... If you give it to him, it will be wasted. If you give it to me, the science I will perform...
Bradford! I am the commander of this...
You are nothing but a bottom-ranked trooper who has lied his way to power. But you're...
That is enough. Me and the mantisaur are one. Whether I speak or it speaks, it's all the same voice. And right now, I will take the pupa now, if you please. What? Of course. Its name is Wojciech, its favorite color...
Is that seriously the best?
My ability to communicate with the commander has convinced Auntie's choice, and that should be enough to convince you, too. Finally, Wojciech can begin breeding our new mantisaur arm.
Ain't surprised, just disappointed.
Mantisaurs! Eyes up,
Firing
troops!
up!
A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow them?
And then one day our eyes did meet, and fate set into motion that telltale surge.
All of those folks back from that nest?
Let me know when you need a distract. Hey, I'm the one.
So many of them!
Ready to take a hit, nothing there. I'm hit for charge.
You're one of those...
It's over. I can't believe that stupid Mantisaur ruined everything. Now it'll be back to the...
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless.
Yes, I hope. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire Now, the executive welcomes you, but would like to know what he wouldn't be much of a commander if he... What? It can't... No, we're using
Why not?
Design... That is quite enough design.
Not this crabble scat again. There... Oh, even...
That...
Yes, sir.
We do that, and I...
Nope. Listen, the man, if you...
Bradford... That... I will take the pupa now, if you please.
Is that...
My ability to communicate with the commander has convinced Auntie's...
Oh, thank law. You've made the right choice. And the research I'm going to do with this little beauty will allow me to retire. Rich, respectable, and...
Am I supposed to be overjoyed at this turn of events? I'm doing my...
Mantisaurs! Eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
Ready to waste on your command.
They're back! I'll make them disappear!
Over here! Things take time, Commander. Hey! Got a distraction for you! Ready to dispense judgment!
They're back! I'll make them disappear! Put them out!
Give the order and I'll take care of it! Willing, but unable. I cannot move! What you settle for?
What the paperwork?
I'm gonna be picking Mantisaur bristle out of my rotators for a week. Well, let's see who's left in charge. And yell at them.
Certainly was a horrific bit of chaos, but you made the right decision by... Absolutely. And that research will bring me promotions, wealth, and status. That is... Yes, you have your bit. The research value of that pupa is absolutely incredible.
Hey!
Nobody in their right mind is going to believe I talk to these things now. You're damn lucky I've got to figure out how to explain. Nobody in their right mind is going to believe I talk to these things now.
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. Of course, I've seen about every meter of this rock by one means or another. So if you're looking to bargain, I'm sure I've got it. Uh-huh.
Stranger, please, you gotta help me. They're gonna railroad me into a guilty verdict. Then I'll be declogging sewer sediment tanks until I'm dead. Durbin! Oh, that's great! He's bound to see the truth of this and let me go. Abner's trying to pin this on me, and it ain't right. I've absolutely no notion. He'd get you extra shifts if you asked, and only ding your pay if you... I'd never have hurt the chief, even if you offered to pay me to do it. I don't think nobody killed Cuddy. I was there. That's why they think I did it. And he was fine. Well, but the way he swole up, it's something Cuddy always said might happen. Only it don't make no sense that it happened now. We were eating chow at our post. Cuddy asked me to try his because it tasted funny, but I tried it and it was fine, just like mine. I made a ruckus, which called everyone in, and all they saw was him dead and me fine. So Security Officer Abner charged me with murder and threw me in here. I've got no idea. But it was exactly what Cuddy said would happen if he ate Crabble. He was deathly allergic to Crabble. But there ain't no Crabble in Sisty stew. I don't have to. Cuddy told him himself. He told but that's still gotta be how he died. So I need you to talk to Security Officer Abner, remind him of the allergy, and no, that was days ago and they tossed out the rest of the stew. So I don't even know if the docs will still be able to tell it was allergies that did in Cuddy. He will.
Categorically veracious statements regarding products research designed to increase
Janet from Daredevil, getting battered at free, brutally battling Auntie's enemies. So we're honoring your sacrifice by welcome to Bonnie. We know consumers are, and to show my gratitude, I'm offering you only so long as you tell nobody of the. So what will you be buying?
Acceptable from the Order of the Ascendant. Humorous hot beverage mug text recently observed, scienticians seek safety in numbers and enlightenment. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
The color of space, a chromospectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otisgard replied, with no hesitation, age. To experienced Roman astronomy, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or simply a shade of gray? No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission field. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion of that radiation. The visible part of that reflection is its color. However, most stars generate far more radiation than they absorb, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency of light and what portion of the spectrum that light's in. Low temperature emission is mostly infrared and not visible to us without proper interpretation, which I need not describe here. As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible light, through red into orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think...
Back again, consumer? I didn't realize we had more to say to each other. It used to be comms and observation for those sovereign sanctions can reach all the way across. They made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away. And like someone up here flipped a switch. At first we thought it was a trap, that they'd start shelling. We didn't find out why until we got here and learned the Protectorate wasn't. The Protectorate hightailed it. They decided that if the order was... Those Protectorate bootlicks took everything not nailed down, leaving... It took them weeks to rally, and by then we owned most of Golden Ridge. If Auntie'd only send a few thousand more troops... Of course! I've seen about every meter of this... Seems by your map that you already know about everywhere I know.
Partition is astronomical field of view into grids, then tag each object in every grid. The ignored entity has black when only dimmed the color and not changed its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation. The subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical coordinate model of color space, the hue is 42 degrees, while the saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white, the addition of a variety of reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you have it. So go forth, neophytes, and as you study your lessons, stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that beige is also the color of the universe.
The research value of that
Nobody in their
pupa
right
is
mind is going to
absolutely
believe
The latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. Though our
talk to these things now.
My future is
Lucky I've got to
comfortably
figure out how to explain this mess.
Or I'd beat you to the bugs myself. Ready should conflict recommence. Why, simply recall the precision of our air defenses against...
How do you eat Purpleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the box.
With the deft skills of our exemplars, this keen partnership not only forced our...
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
Sent their ground troops scampering into scattered lines of hastily dug trenches. So much for their baseless conjecture that bookish theoreticians, a tidier paraphrasing of their colorful invective, couldn't hold their own on the battlefield.
Now do carry on. And as always, anticipate and calculate.
Continuing as predetermined. And now...
Can't say I was expecting to see... Hello, friend! Welcome to the most beautiful half-built... simple, friend. You see any sergeants barking orders? The perfect blend of just close enough to the base to be safe, but not close enough for any officers to get nosy. Ah, there's the real beauty of it. They won't. The orders... There's no reason to finish the landing pad on account of nothing. Maybe I'll even get a promotion for doing such a good job keeping this place safe. Oh, no doubt about it, friend. They've been blasting our... But as long as my bits keep rolling in, why should I care? Someone else's... Now, if you'll excuse me, Feel free to look around. As long as I don't see you taking or breaking things, it ain't my problem.
If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance. Only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions. 100% accuracy. Known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been
If you're
flipped?
planning on heading into that cave, I recommend finding some other place to practice your big game hunting. It's a fair question. There's too many to take head on. Gotta catch them alone. With their razor-sharp claws and gleaming carapace, arachnids possess a...
Complete information are we reduced to...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
We do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distributions.
I shall not stay your execution. Witness what befalls
That's the one you need to worry about. Come at me.
our artists brings us closer to our goal. The solving of the universe's equation. Probability is not. Sigma of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on
and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Samples.
Your judgment has found you!
Tragedy. Horror. A horror.
Hey, got a distraction for you. Over here.
Every situation analyzed and chosen by our artists. The solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which leads
ready to waste on your command. I'm the one you need to worry about. I'm at.
No. Any and all data you select to our cloud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
Not getting up without help, Commander!
This is great. Accomplished colleagues, please clear the next 1.7 minutes of your academic calendar for a compact dissertation on current events from Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar.
Fellow Ascendants, it is not hyperbole to state we live in perilous times for scientism. Spatial anomalies, incursive corporatists, our divisive division from the Protectorate. Not an ideal course of events, yet none represents the peril of which I speak.
Death to the complicit on the...
That way lies chaos. We are the order. We cannot control misfortune's ebb and flow, but we can predict it with reasonable precision, as if tracking the tide.
To battle!
Rational thought, stick to the plan, and unlike our emotional Protectorate brethren, the fair winds of scientism...
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Much is left to come.
Couldn't hit the broad side of a phrase. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Illnesses under control of the Purple-Berry parasite.
Ready to dismiss.
Transcription number 3918-4.
Guns cocked and loaded.
Record, my name is Marie de Rothschild, Jr.
I cannot move!
Today I would like to talk about numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary. Although that's a different topic. The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal infection and death, until basic preventive measures were put in place. After illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The purple-berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple-berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple-berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice.
I shall not stay your execution.
Choice, which somehow merged with another company's compound.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander.
They mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and mascot cartoons.
so I will just refer to them as Andy's choice going
None shall stand against you. Lot couldn't hit the broadside of the freighter. Over here! 3 hole in the head!
The purple berry plant was at first thought to be poisonous, as the early colonists eating its berries died from the most potent of discharges this documentarian has ever witnessed in a rare Andy's choice lab recording in our archive, which we acquired from a corporate defector to the Protectorate before our stellar system was sealed and the Order ceased daily interactions with our Protectorate allies. But again, I digress. Belated testing by Auntie's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purpleberry parasite, or PBP, as it is colloquially called in Auntie's Choice's records. More specifically, the PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant, where these eggs have been subdermally injected by the second stage of the parasite. I am getting ahead of myself. Let's examine the PBP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host, the microscopic eggs inside the berries are exposed to the host's digestive enzymes, which trigger their hatching. These parasites enter their second stage, a spiky worm.
Witness what befalls enemy
on the host, ingesting tissue and blood along the entire intestinal tract. These worms are eventually expelled when they reach a size of approximately 2 centimeters in length, and they then seek out nearby purpleberry plants to lay their eggs in the ripening purpleberries. And I should add that the plants are well fertilized in this entire process. Also, as the expelled contents contain undigested...
Is that the distinctive odor of arachnid blood I smell? Wait, you got all of them?
To spread farther,
thanks.
Better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless Auntie's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis. Given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship, as a parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plodding Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit for the dying patient, but possibly bleeding away stubborn wrinkles, according to product literature. However, given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, impatient Auntie's Choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were found effective. But they were all time-consuming and...
Give the order and I'll take care of
it. So these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in a lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history text on Fortuna, a crossbreed of 2 different earth fish species called salmon and tuna, was found that contained a reference to anisotid nematodes, or salmon worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of all salmon being infected by these parasites. More importantly, the text contained the solution to eradicating these parasites: freezing. The simple and obvious, yet untried, act of freezing the salmon meat killed the embedded parasites. A quick test showed the same procedure worked on PvP eggs, although without quite 100% effectiveness. The remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their texture or flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers, so Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this inept solution. Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice once again demonstrated their contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our order's fabricated nutritional foodstuffs. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music. And now for some ageless wisdom from an academic so in touch with today's inquisitive laypeople youth. Time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsaysay. The charismatic mathematician is
Mediating lethally.
To wit,
I'm back. Hey, got a distraction for you.
And he's for questions.
Unleash my might upon you. Prepare for absolution.
Like all of us.
And now you know, but no one knows everything yet. Have another inquiry about our order you're thirsting to ask? Relay your query at your local predictory post-haste.
If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersma, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques and uses thereof. I know, prime numbers. Also, consider this a basic wisdom.
Let me know when you need a distract for.
I will start by explaining what a prime number is. Despite the fact that I learned that definition decades ago, I'm still indicted. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even. Uplifting. Almost ascendant, you could say. But not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason, and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numanistics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this: is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so, but no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next senior tenured laureate of the tertiary adjunct school of numanistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near-present and future calculations. All pay heed and take warning. Recent reports note a sporadic outbreak of belligerent zealots carrying in the attic throughout Golden Ridge, specifically through the N-ray range, our laboratory tasked with harnessing mysterious stellar radiation. We've lost contact with facility personnel and thusly fear the world. Delta's transmitted forces at work in this lab, which might only render these zealots all the more unpredictable.
Over here! You left
Ranger's status without crossing through or over our decommissioned autonomous extractorium. A perilous trek even under the best of circumstances. Stay cautious out there, fellow Ascendants.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
And now, additional data and/or music determine. And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
We were once two separate points. We had no connection till the age of the order gave us no direction. Then we were parallel lines traveling in my heart's complex equation.
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look less Auntie's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? You happened to speak with my prisoner? Without my permission? Why by law would you do that? And why shouldn't I lock you up for it? Durbin sent you? Why? You certainly ain't a certified pre-inhumane... Oh, lovely. And just what is it you think you can do for me? You ain't even carrying a masticating tissue scrutinator. You just gonna guess what manner of poison... What? How could that be? I made the stew myself and every one of us ate it. What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned cysty stew. Stew that I Oh. Oh no. Well, he told everyone that. See, Cuddy was what you'd call a complainer. He's also somebody's nephew. Some junior executive. And if you gave him reason enough... Law, no. At least... half his gripes were really nothing but reasons to grouse. But if you push back too hard, he'd run to his own... So most of us just ignored him. Assuming he was constantly full of it. And didn't think twice about doing things like stretching the stew with canned crabble stock. What? No. It was an accident. Nobody would have... At least nobody'd mean to... Unless... Hey, how'd you like to make some bits? Some real bits? And keep a tragic accident that'll... So we got this thing. An acidic dematerializer that means if someone used it to melt Cuddy, there would be no body. Which would mean... I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for a surprise inspection. So I can't leave. But if you go find one and melt the body... I'll make it work. Well, then she's cleared, of course. No more questions asked. She goes free, you get bits, thank law. You'll find Cuddy inside the tower. But you'll have to then come back and tell me when I've got no more evidence to hold Bardot.
Dope bourbon, consistently rated the best from the Order of the Ascendant.
An ease-setting witticism to confer to colleagues at break time. The universal equation should maturate more rapidly and solve its own problems. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Raring to fight!
Well, what have we here? Really? Well, you're lucky I'm not as quarrelsome as... You're back? Why? Oh, is that a fact? Then why don't you elucidate my shitty judgment, genius? What? How could that be? I made the stew myself and every one of us ate it. What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned cysty stew. Well, he told... See, he's also somebody's nephew. Law half... So most of us just ignored him. What? Unless... Hey, well, no. Not yet you haven't. See, I can't just let Bardot go. There'd be... And even worse. Since there's apparently nobody coming to do an autopsy, I might have to just send Bardot to the claim to start her sentence on all available evidence. Absolutely. That's only fair. I'll both free Bardot and compensate. So we got this thing. That means if I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for... Well, then she's cleared, of course. They come...
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Academical greetings, Ascendants. Vicar Mogsai here with a special ask. Listeners want to know, why did our orders split from the Protectorate? It's the query I'm asked most frequently. It's also the query I answer the most frequently. So today, I'm turning to a higher authority. Joining me in the studio is presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, orchestrator of the schism.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us. Of course. Debts left unpaid. Regardless, it's nothing but ink in the ledger now. And speaking of ledgers...
More than a century ago,
while I appreciate your help ensuring this mess wouldn't blow back,
to solve the equation and thus transcend our concerned existence. But it became
You did it! You act. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage.
as a tool for controlling the population.
Someone else's crime. So you know what happened?
We've become complicit. Our beliefs...
That good-for-nothing rung leech! That dunderhead! My cousin's a VP in R&D who used to head testing on Numa. Abner's going to spend the rest of his... That makes me extra thankful for what you did. If it'd been left to...
Well, Vicar, you know as well as I do that sometimes timing is everything.
Keep put, much is left to come. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's fit. Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing.
You've returned. Is there a reason you're looking to monopolize my invaluable time? Well, I suppose it can't reflect badly on me to simply report the fact. Though if you're looking for more work, I'll gladly pay you as per Auntie's rules and bylaws. Solving the rest sure would pluck some cysts off the pig that is my migrant. Pay you? Without a previous agreement? So you ain't part of... But that's all the more reason for you to fill the contracts I have left. This is gonna make no more sense from a real, actual, pincer-faced, carapace-having mantisaur. Now, anyways, there's some dispute over who his second should be, and he can't exactly decide himself. How did you know its name? And taken care of? But it's resolved. And I digress. When you walked into my chaos, I never fathomed. And if you'll leave me, I've got lots left. You return again and again like a particularly... Then what?
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to proceeding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaasi. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, and so on and so forth. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing, receiving numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. Summing to receiving numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
Next, the latest field. Next, the latest field data
Do you believe Arcadia will ever return?
Sorry. I'll try not to sneeze on you.
Don't tell me you're one of those drones. What caused the schism between the fraternity?
Hello again. How can I be of service?
And ready should conflict recommence. Why, simply recall the precision of our air defenses against low-flying
I
craft.
communicated your prediction to Administrator Agarwal. I'm not sure why she's budged on letting the refugees move into the exclusion zone, but I agree. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What, apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean? Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred... I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Yes, what have you discovered? Oh, you've lessened the load on my mind. Any other updates?
About me, was it?
I converse with many members of the Order on a number of subjects. No doubt I was extolled. No updates on anything I can do to assist you? Illuminating the path to true erudition is an Rift worshipper spouting inane theory.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
For the record, my name is Marie de Rothschild, Junior Archivist, Class 4 of the Archive. Today, I would like to talk about irresponsible spread of the purple-berry parasite by Auntie's Choice and its numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary, although that's a different lecture. The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal illnesses and deaths until... Basic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The purple-berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple-berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple-berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Well, actually, it was due to Spacer's Choice, which...
Marisol Delgado has been added to the ship. This unit has also been informed by Agent Delgado that she is not to be disturbed while readying database.
Cartoons. So I will just refer to them as
Commander.
Choice going forward.
Caught me cogitating. You would say that. I was just thinking about making some tweaks to Val. Hoping it'll help. You know your autom. Val's old in automech years, so she requires a lot of routine maintenance to prevent her hardware and systems from deteriorating further. Yep, gotta feel that. Most times I find working on Val relaxing, actually. Meditative. It's nice being able to identify. That's it, exactly. Val saved my life after Horizon Point, and she's been saving my life every day since. Partly. Anyway, I'm taking up enough of Marisol Sutter. She's like a character from the Zane and Buddy serials come to life. I mean, Maybe don't tell her I said that, though. Oh, yeah? What's needling?
Choices records. More specifically, the PvP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant, where these eggs have been subdermally injected by the second stage of the parasite. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let's examine the PvP life cycle in detail.
It seems the Order was unprepared to receive refugees in the sheer numbers they have. But it is the refugees that arrest my attention more than their would-be handlers. Any who leave the Protectorate fold deserve. There is no such thing as a non-combatant in a system under siege. If Arcadia faced famine, I would pick up a trowel, expecting a common subject to aid, and my feelings aside, I shall not judge them, owing to our bargain. But I consider myself an open tone. Oh, moreover, she taught her protégés to ask, and I shall answer. Who amongst our motley assortment Marisol possesses a calculating Had I anything to fear from her, she would have struck already. I can work alongside her, but verily, idle gossip
to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless antis...
Need something, Commander? Always up for a little bet underneath that friendly old lady facade. Future's always changing, though. Who knows? Maybe Marisol will surprise. Sure thing. I trust you.
Relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the anti-choice scientists managed to
Error. How may this unit is available. Which member of the Encode Arbiter Rao shows a ready commitment to serving Arcadia? However, if forced to choose between this crew and the Protectorate, there is under such circumstances, this unit advises inflicting damage to Agent Delgado has asked that this unit not provide unauthorized. She instead requests that anyone wishing to form an opinion of hers. Agent Delgado has also asked that the following this unit is ready to answer.
Resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%.
Agent, what do you need?
Given medical attention by anti-choice doctors.
Do you now? Let's hear it. Sometimes, with purpose. Don't you as well? Do you draw some moral distinction between avenging harm? When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? That so? Hadn't thought you'd felt that way. Didn't take you for a pacifist. Just a mite less homicidal.
Value and low growing costs. Impatient anti-choice administration officials
May all
directed their plans to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless anti-choice scientists mislabeled
How may this unit is available. Which member of, if under such circumstances, Agent Delgado has, this unit is ready to answer.
Parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the anti-choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some
Did you need something?
Suppose
you can ask. When all is said and done, had a sense you felt that way. We'll see if situations force that to change. Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion. Others more over whatever's on your mind. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. I see you're not going to let this lie, are you? I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. To put it mildly, after Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Passard took office. To avoid... I'm not hearing a question. Another crack like that. And our department employed a variety of methods to obviate hindrances and threats to the Order's efforts. We were considered wardens of the grant. All of us are part of the plan. We follow the path intended for us by the architect. We should, at least. Corrections can take time. Even delay in the solving of the equation. That's where we came in. To get things may...
Yes, dear. Anything on your mind?
Happy to provide unbiased observational data.
Ah, your young colleague.
Competent, practical, crack shot. Saddened by his years of isolation, but also... Oh, he seems like a nice young man, dear. You want me to say something nice, dear? He has good taste in adventure series. Do you now? Let's hear it. Very well.
To eradicating these parasites. Freezing. The simple and obvious, yet untried, act of freezing the salmon meat killed the embedded parasites. A quick test showed the same procedure worked on PBP
Commander,
eggs.
if you've a moment, I wish to note my reservations regarding the Order. Setting aside my obvious concerns as an enemy of the Order, there is a bloodlessness to her nature. A killer's icy resolve. She's dangerous. That was all I had on that subject. Consider my concerns logged. Certainly. I consider my...
With this inept solution. Purple berries are now a additional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless anti... After some additional
Did you need something? Whatever's on your mind. When all is said and done, had a sense you felt that way. Some were. Do you now? Consider yourself lucky. I meant I was tasked to influence. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board, but not completely remote. Our department was shuttered shortly, to put it mildly. I'm not hearing a question. Our department employed a variety. Corrections can take...
Yes, Commander.
Happy to provide
Ah, your young colleague.
Competent. Oh, he seems like a... You want me to say something? Inquire away. I'm very well...
By Auntie's choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics. A topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient, except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles.
Commander, if you've a moment, setting aside my obvious... There is a... bloodless. That we do. But that was all I had on that subject. Consider...
Patient Auntie's choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the purple berries. So these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in the lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history book.
All items, only 5 bits.
A crossbreed of two different earth fish species, salmon and tuna, was found that contained a reference to anisakid nematodes, or salmon worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of all salmon being infected by these parasites. More importantly, the text contained the solution to eradicating these parasites. Freezing. The simple and obvious, yet untried...
Sir, the emergency override mechanisms are still functioning. If we work together, we might level our descent.
There's no stopping the will of the free market, Ensign. The ship's doomed.
Even if you won't help me, I have to try. For Auntie's choice!
How noble of you. Worry not. While I'm in my escape pod, I'll be sure to come up with a way to tastefully capitalize on your death.
Back. If you seek entry to my wares, you must engage me your sports card. Sport it! That's an impressive number of cards, my friend, but not... No. Your cards. You have multiple that I do not. Though this defeat leaves the taste of dirt and blood in my mouth,
common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live.
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes. In the wake of my defeat, I've heard sprats are rarely born with mutations like extra toes and acid vision. Battle sprats! Imagine the merchandising opportunity.
For our order's fabricated nutritional foodstuffs. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. For those of you away in the field or heads down in research during our last shared learning symposium, we offer the following rescreening of Vicar Magsaysay's presentation.
Welcome to Zeranium and You, a brief accounting of this crucial material. Though minute amounts were first discovered in the Beta Draconis system, Zeranium wasn't found in significant quantities until the terraforming of Cloister and Eden, since it's become the principal power source for all recognized inhabitants of the system. But it's not without its dangers, and, lower risk, efficient utilization took time. Zeranium in its liquid state is volatile. In its gas state, it is toxic. But in its crystal state, it's not fully safe, of course. Certainly. Extraction, processing, finding of crystals for higher yields. Craft and weapons. Greater input to output. Any other known form of for now, until next time, okay? Unlike parallel lines, I hope so.
Determined.
Spectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton, no hesitation, beige. To experienced luminostronomy, his answer was the expected one. You hear the obtuse listener bleating with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission theory. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only...
Greetings again. You may have defeated
Conceptually compelling yet categorically voracious statements regarding products research.
I'm glad you're back. Getting the first auto dock ready. Lovely. Fantastic. This'll set us up for a long while. Still, if you find any more...
I guess we got some contractors working this site now. Contracted to be here. You're better off going back the way you came. Nancy's good. There's no place to be wanted.
Knock off the funny business.
Thank you so much for your help. You have been a literal lifesaver. Pleasure not doing business with you.